From architecture to painting and sculpture, literature to live music and theater. Radio 111 presents Bonnie G and Brian Mendoza with The Desert Scene, your connection to culture and entertainment in the desert cities. Here's Bonnie and Brian.
And welcome to The Desert Scene. I'm here at Bonnie G, here with Brian Mendoza, my fabulous producer, and we're really happy to be back behind the microphone after a little hiatus in August, a little summer break, but we're back. And we're so excited to have our first guest of the new season, DeAnn Lubell, who is a fabulous. She's a friend, and she's just an amazing woman, multitasker, author, marketing expert, award-winning historical fiction, The Last Moon. She does all kinds of stuff in the desert, and she's got an event coming up. It's a wonderful event. It grew out of a tragedy, but she's really taken something that was tragic and turned it into something good. Hi, DeAnn. How are you?
Hey, Bonnie, I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. So we're going to talk about the event, mostly about the event, which is fabulous. But I know it's hard to go back there. But for people who don't know the story, I think it's important to just give a sort of brief story of how Amy's purpose came to be.
Oh, sure. Had a 5-year-old puppy mill rescue dog, little terrier, cute as heck. And let her out one day in the backyard in the high desert with an 84-pound American bulldog. Turned around to get a cup of tea to go back and join them. It was a beautiful day, middle of the day, just in time to see 3 coyotes tearing her up. It was that fast. So the depths of my grief and devastation, I don't think it could be measured. Yeah. And so I think it was probably less than 48 hours after this horrific incident that I decided that pet owners needed to be more aware. Mm-hmm. So my goal was to educate them and to the dangers of predators and other safety hazards. Mm-hmm. And that's where it got started.
And just to stay on this for just a second, so people don't realize, and didn't you have a fenced yard, didn't you, a fence or a wall? And people don't realize that coyotes can get over almost anything, right?
A coyote can easily scale a 10 to 12-foot wall or fence. Yeah. So, we thought it was a safe backyard. A lot of myths. Oh, coyotes don't come out unless it's in the evening or early morning. This was in the middle of the day. Mm-hmm. I had been out there with the dogs, so it didn't matter. And they're very cunning. They watch and they observe, and they time their attack accordingly. And it's not just coyotes. It's hawks and owls and bobcats and cougars and humans. Mm-hmm. Humans are kidnapping prize dogs now left and right. Yeah. So what we've done is we've built a feature to show pet owners how to better safeguard their pets.
So do you have a website? Do you have like a film? Or tell us what all Amy's Purpose encompasses. Okay.
Well, that was the initial mission. And from there, because of my grief, I thought, people who have lost their dogs tragically or just have lost a dog sometimes may need counseling. Right. So we now are offering grief counseling for free of charge. Mm-hmm. That's number 2. That's the second mission. And then the third one was my American bulldog woke up one morning and couldn't walk. She was screaming in pain, didn't know what was wrong. Tried calling my vet 5 minutes away, who's also a friend. They were so busy they couldn't take her. Called the VCA all over, couldn't take her. Other clinics in the low desert, we live in the high desert, called, couldn't take her. Long story short, drove 45 minutes with a screaming dog all the way to Beaumont Hospital to have her treated. Wow. So I thought, what's going on? Mm-hmm. And I put it out on social media. Has anyone ever had this happen to them? And I got a flood of responses from people who, from all over the low desert, all over the high desert, that said this happens all the time. Mm-hmm. And we even lost our dog because we didn't get them in time to urgent care soon enough. So because of that, I went to my vet and I said, "What's going on?" And she goes, "There is a crisis. There is a shortage of vets, vet techs, and vet assistants, and in the United States, but particularly here. But for every vet in the United States, there's 18.5 positions waiting for them,
Wow.
so they can pick and choose and go wherever they want." So during my research, I found out the other reasons are there's just not enough vet institutions, medical schools, and they're not producing enough vets because they can only put so many through.
Right.
And then there's the cost. To go to vet school costs as much as to go to medical school.
Yeah.
So there's all these factors, and it was like, what do you do? How do you fix this? And so I won't go into the whole story, but long story short, found out that there is a course at the College of the Desert, and it's through their partnership and community education wing of the College of the Desert, and it's like a 6-7 month course to put through those who are interested in animal sciences to become veterinarian assistants. So we thought, well, that's a start. Maybe we can fill the gap there, because like my vet has to close now on Fridays because she doesn't have enough help.
Yeah.
And I said, well, can't you get volunteers in? And she goes, no, this is a medical environment. We can't get volunteers in.
Right.
So Bruce Fessier, who retired from the Desert Sun a few years ago, had an incident, I won't go into that, with his dog. And that's when he joined Amy's Purpose, because of Amy's Purpose. And before we knew it, we were partners with the PACE program. And we decided to start a campaign to see if we could get underwriters to sponsor either a graduating high school student or even an adult who wants to go back for a second career to go through this course, get their certificate, so they can at least work at a local vet clinic, urgent care,
right,
and then hopefully go on to become a vet tech and maybe even a vet. Maybe they'll go all the way. So as of today, we have 5 solid underwriters for scholarships, and the foundation from the COD Foundation, has agreed to for the first 5 scholarships that we underwrote that they will match, and they will. So that means 10 individuals will be going through that program October 1st.
Fabulous. Well, let's talk about this event coming up. So September 17th, Pet Love and Rock and Roll, a benefit concert and reception for Amy's Purpose to raise funds for these scholarships. Let's talk about it. Reception starts at 6:45 p.m. Concert begins at 8. This is going to be the reception will be held in the atrium of the main floor of the Palm Springs Art Museum, downtown Palm Springs. The hosted reception is sponsored by Willie Ryan. We love Willie, owner of 849 and Willie's, etc. The concert will be downstairs at Museum's Annenberg Theater. John Garcia and his Band of Gold will headline a mostly acoustic concert of KYUSS classics. I'm not sure what that means.
KYUSS is for years has been an extremely popular rock band.
Okay.
Probably more so overseas in Europe.
Okay.
So when they tour in Europe, they get the red carpet. So, John has been around for locally. He was actually born and raised, I think, in Indio. So he has a local connection. He is an incredible musician.
Okay.
And his Band of Gold, they're fantastic. And what's so cool about John coming aboard with Amy's Purpose is he's also a vet tech at Palm Springs Animal Hospital.
Oh, that's great.
So he's experienced this crisis. So that's why it's like we're getting two for one.
Right. And so there's going to be hosted pre-concert reception, hors d'oeuvres, a silent auction, tribute to Lori. And is it Weiner? I forget how to pronounce her name. Is it Weiner?
Yeah, Lori Weiner.
Owner
Yeah.
of the Pet Hotel Barkingham Palace in Palm Desert. She's another one who does some great work with animals. So tickets, $50, $100, and $250 with half-off discounts to ladder tickets for veterinarians. If you're interested in getting tickets and going to this event, you can call the Annenberg Theater box office at 760-325-4490 or go to psmuseum.org/event/Amy's Purpose. And if you want more information in general about Amy's Purpose, info.amyspurpose@gmail.com or 760-831-3090. It sounds like a really fun event, and what a great idea and great work. And again, DeAnn, we've talked about this before. Thank you so much for taking an unbelievable tragedy, I can't imagine, and turning it into something really good that's going to help other people in the desert and most of all, animals. We really, thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you, Bonnie, and thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely. All right, September 17th, Pet Love and Rock and Roll. Don't miss it. Thank you, DeAnn Lubell, and we will see you guys next time on The Desert Scene.